In this video, I just wanted to talk about desires and pleasures. Like nowadays, you see people, buy expensive stuff, travel around the world, go on expensive trips. Like the desire of wanting more is never ending. So, I was studying stoicism, and I just come across what should like human beings pursue. What kind of pleasure should we pursue? They talk about two different desires. So desires of nature, so that's our basic needs, like having food, shelter, clothes, clean water, things we need to survive. And then there's the desires of opinion, so like our wants, like more money, bigger, better holiday, material objects, something that's like they're never ending. Like our opinion, desire of opinion is never ending. We want the new phone, new table, bigger room, like that kind of desire. Marcus Aurelius actually said that very little is needed to live a happy life. So he's basically trying to say that we should focus on our basic needs. As long as we have our basic needs met, we are essentially content and happy. So it's not like we need to desire more. We need to actually eliminate our desires to have freedom, if that makes sense. So we need to kill off those desires that we have inside of us, to have the freedom and be happy. Because the more because like it's a treadmill. Like if you think about it, the our desires are like a treadmill, not a racetrack. So it's like you're on a treadmill, you're running, but you're not going anywhere. So it's the same with desires. Like you're gonna get one thing, but the desire always remains. Like the satisfaction fades quickly when you do get the thing you want, like a material thing, but your desire never goes away. Let me give you an example. So like I used to buy a lot of books, and so like I would buy a book from Amazon. It would come home, I'd be excited, I'd read and stuff. I'd read once, I'd finish the book, then I'd buy another book and I'll feel excited. Then after reading for a week, let's say sometime I do finish the book, sometime I don't, I'm bored. The satisfaction goes away, but the desire of wanting to read more, buying more books, because when the book when the book arrives at your home, that the excitement of opening up, like that dopamine hit, just is there forever. Like I could buy hundreds of books, but that desire is not gonna go away, even though I'm not really learning anything in truthfully. Like, because if I'm reading once and like I'm reading like a book, like say Epictetus discourses, let's say I buy this book and I'll just read once. Like these type of books, you can't just understand it if you read once. You have to read, watch videos, research, contemplate. That's how you understand what the Stoics are trying to say. But if you're just reading once and then buying another book, you're like you're not learning anything. Like satisfaction goes away, so you're just on a treadmill, right? And Seneca said this thing. So he said, why wait until there is nothing left for you to crave? That time will never come. If you retreat to privacy, everything will be on a smaller scale, but you will be satisfied abundantly in your present condition. However, there is no satisfaction. So that kind of hit me, like, yo, that like that craveness that we have inside of us as human beings, that time, like it will never end. That craveness, the ability to crave will always be there. So we just have to try to minimize it as much as possible. Those desire, those craving for wanting more and more and more, but like there's no satisfaction in them, honestly. So they say like we should focus on what we currently have, that rather than what we don't have. So like the biggest trap of desire is that it makes us focus on what we don't have rather than on what we already have in our present moment. So Marcus Aurelius said, don't dream about the things you don't have. Instead, think about the best things you now have and how much you would crave them if you didn't have them. At the same time, don't value them so much that you will be upset if you lose them. So he's basically saying we should focus on what we have right now, but at the same time, don't be so attached to the things we have right now that if one day we lose them, which surely we will, because everything has to like end, right? So eventually we will lose the thing we currently have, but don't be so attached that when we lose them we become really upset. So he's saying appreciate the things you have in your life right now from a perspective of detachment. So you love the thing, but at the same time you're detached. You know that thing is gonna die, break, get stolen, and that's the best place to be in, because you understanding the cycle of life. Like you're grateful for what you have, but at the same time you know one day it has to go. So you're detached at the same time, so you're not becoming emotional, erratic, sad, angry. You're stable. So Stoics, what they believed was the highest pleasures in life are passive pleasures. So passive pleasures are like spending time in nature, learning, reading, listening to music, poetry, walking. What are the benefits of this? It's like they're cheap. Like spending time in nature is basically free. Learning, nowadays it doesn't cost anything. You can go on YouTube, go on Google, read books. They're widely available. So again, they're cheap, widely available. You just need internet connection to learn anything you want. Listening to music, widely available. You can listen to any genre available. Poetry, again. Walking, costs nothing. So the benefits of these things are like they're cheap, widely available, doesn't come at the cost of pain. So it's not like you have to work really hard to earn money to afford them. And the most important thing is they always leave you feeling content. After you read a book, after you learn something, do you ever feel unsatisfied? No, you always feel content and at peace and happy. And that's the stage where we should try to be at, not where we are like really happy and then afterwards we're really sad, and then really happy then we're craving for more. It's like we want to be somewhere in the middle where we are content with what we are doing, and that's what the Stoics said we should focus on. I hope those videos help.